Experience is not what happens to you, it is how you respond to what happens. I believe our experience shapes who we are and how we approach our life. Welcome to the new episode of Kwentuhan series, where we bring in experts from tech industry to share their valuable experiences. Today, I'm excited to have with us Mr. Saphal Thapa, a seasoned professional in IT industry. With his background as a quality assurance manager in Spiralogics, he has wealth of knowledge in ensuring high-quality product delivery to the clients. So Saphal Dai, we're very excited to have you with us here, and I look forward to your insights. Welcome to the series.
Thank you so much, Anirsa. Feeling glad to be part of the series.
So let's start with your introduction. If you need to introduce yourself in 3 words, what would those be?
Firstly, thank you so much for that introduction. I would like to describe myself as a driven, communicative, and reliable. I consider myself as a driven because I always look towards a new goal and refuse to give up if I made any obstacles. I choose communicative because I greatly enjoy collaborative work and would love to take the opportunity to learn from the others. Finally, I feel reliable because I stick to my commitments. If I volunteer to do something, you can guarantee I will do it to the best of my abilities.
So what are your roles as a QA manager here at Spiralogics?
My role as a QA manager at Spiralogics is to ensure that all the external and internal requirements are met before the product is released to the customers. Also, this role requires to set up the quality standards, track the efficiencies of QA activities, create and update the Spiralogics policies. Besides that, what I do is I establish the QA operations, hiring, mentoring, and supervising the QA teams.
Okay, so you are a QA manager right now, but how did your journey as a QA engineer start and how has it been so far?
My journey as a QA engineer started a bit unexpectedly as I was completely unaware of this role until I joined the training in one of the institute. It was back in 2015. After completion of my college, me and my friends planned to take trainings and join one of the training institute where I was introduced to the QA role the first time. After completing the training, I was in search of a job and I've finally found a vacancy opening at Spiralogics. I appeared for the initial interviews to give a try. Where I appeared for the technical round, I was not prepared that much, anything more than the basic concept of software testing. I guess the only thing that took me through was that I'm being evaluated logically rather than the theoretically. I have been in this software testing field for almost 8 years now. It has been an amazing journey with so many different experiences and plenty of fruitful learnings. Presently, I'm working as a QA manager looking for multiple projects. But what gives me a real joy and happiness is I'm leading a team of hardworking and passionate testers.
Okay, 8 years, that sounds quite a history. So quality assurance itself is an emerging role in the IT industry comparing to the other roles. So what do you think is the scenario of choosing QA as a career option in Nepal right now?
Okay, so Nirisa, before I answer this, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever installed any application immediately after installing it? And can you share why?
Yeah, I've done that quite of time, much more because of user experience or user interface. And I've done that when I face some kind of bugs or application crashes as well.
Yeah, right. Here comes the role of the QA engineer. The old style of business operation is being replaced by the computer technology. Globally, extensive systems are being built, run, and used. A little error or a lack of features might result in the loss. So, QA engineers' employment opportunities are numerous, and they are being employed to top firms as well. The career in QA engineer in Nepal is continuously gathering popularities in Nepali market as well. This is mainly because of the rise of consumers consuming technology related products and the reach of the internet. Also, opening of many international software companies and its branches in Nepal, I can see the scenario of QA is increasing nowadays more.
So, from your experience so far, what are the must-have professional skills to become a QA?
For me, most have professional skills to become a QA engineer are you have to be a self confidence. You should have a analytical and logical thinking capacity as well, and the ability to envision business situations, or taste to break attitude. I love to take challenges, and you have to have critical thoughts and the rational inquiry as well. And another is planning and time management skills, and the most is the effective communication skills as well.
Okay, so as we go on to discuss on the roles of skills to have to become a QA, globally, where do you see the future of quality assurance or quality assurance engineer heading towards?
Talking about where the QAs are heading towards or needs to head towards is, for me, I think automation will flourish even more in the future, and user experience testing will increase its popularities. And another is Internet of Things, IoT testing as well, and use of cloud testing, testing, because the devices, and as the number of devices are increasing nowadays, and API and services will have a bigger role to play in the QA process as well. And I think business intelligence will define the new QA strategies
Okay,
in future.
so the next level to quality assurance is business analyst or automation test engineer. How do you think your juniors can pave their roadways going down to this path?
For this, I won't say automation testing is the next level after QA, since it is an essential part of QA. But yes, if you have been currently working as a manual tester, you can switch to, or you can gain knowledge in as an automation tester as well, performance tester, and security testing as well. Besides this, talking about the career path, you can be a QA manager after being a QA, or you can be a project manager or a product owner. Customer experience leader as well is the next options. IT management and a business analyst is also the option.
Okay, so now let's talk about a little bit about workspace. Can you share your experience as the trend of workspace has changed from physical to virtual mode since COVID-19?
Yeah, sure, Nirsa. Talking about the Spiralogics, we were previously working on site, but after the COVID, we changed to from on site to the remote. So initially, it was hard to manage the time between the team members, and adapting to the change seemed very daunting. But as we go on the discussion, reforming communication gaps, developing work from home policies in the process, we have now come to embrace virtual mode of workspace as well.
So here is an interesting fact about you. Last year, you were one of the employees who didn't take any leave at all. So how were you able to do that?
Okay, actually, Nirsa, I do not encourage others to follow me on this. I recommend you all to take leaves provided by the organization and balance your professional and personal lives. Talking about me, I mainly used to do my personal works during weekends and after office hours, so there was not necessary to take the leaves.
Okay. So QA is one of the professions that demands a hawk eye, along with a lot of ideas over design, technical details, requirement and risk analysis, project management, and so on. So how do you, as a QA manager, learn all over these skills?
I very much agree with the point. The QA role demands the hawk eye. Our roles focuses on design reviews, technical reviews, documentations, release management, and so on. But we learn the skills as the project and the time demands. I'm very grateful that I have team members in different roles such as design, PMs, DevOps, and so on, who share their insights, and I manage to analyze what best suits to the projects.
Okay, now you have been in this field for almost about 8 years. How would you describe the old you versus the current you professionally?
Okay, so talking about old me, I was quite reserved in nature. Technically, I was still exploring the testing methods. I think at present I have come to gain some expertise in testings and managing the QA department at Spiralogics. As quoted by a famous writer, Raymond Carver, I'm always learning something. Learning never ends. As today as well, I'm learning many things from my team members and my seniors as well. And I also tried catching up with the new upcoming trends and the upcoming technologies and the QA trends.
So while we are on this topic, what do you think are the required qualities for leading and managing team?
Leading a team has made me learn a lot about me and explore a lot on the quality of the leader as well. I think it is most required to act as a leader rather than a boss. This requires continuous communication with the team and listen to them as well. Appreciation is something that motivates anyone, and I would always put it as an important factor to manage my team. Also, when it comes to the feedback, it is significant element to provide a constructive feedback. Qualities for leading a team is always team is about being with the team when they needs you.
And while we are on this topic again, what is the best thing you like about your team?
I take a pride about my team on the fact that they not only focus on testing, but also they involved in analysis and the project management. They are very hardworking and passionate as well. Besides this, my team is always been continuously exploring on new skills and even soft skills. I feel grateful to all the team members.
Okay, now let's bust some QA myths. There are QA myths in the industry, as QA is, I have already mentioned before as well, QA is one of the youngest roles emerging in the IT field. So let's hear some of your insights of how do you respond to these myths. So first is, anyone can do a QA test.
Yeah, right, Anisa. I agree with that. Anybody can use an application and test as a user, but that would not be a part of the QA roles and the processes as well, which is called exploratory testing. However, test itself does not include any analysis of the requirement, risks, and testing the applications. Also, in different perspectives such as performance, usability, functionality, and so on. So anybody can do a test, but when it comes to a QA, it follows a correct approach and the processes.
Okay, another myth we have is QA won't understand this and they are not technical people.
I have often heard this during my work experience as well. I would agree that QA do not really understand the code's details, but their job itself demands that they need to understand the use cases, understand and implement the QA approaches to be able to test the applications. That is why QA might not understand the code's details, but they need to be included on the stakeholders meetings, implementation meetings, so that they can understand the test perspectives.
So we have come to the last question. Do you have any suggestions for your young and aspiring audience who are looking forward to choosing their career as a QA?
I would like to suggest my juniors that if you have a qualities like attention to details, the ability to communicate quickly, and if you have a programming skills, and if you love taking challenges, then you can be a QA engineer. For this, explore QA related stuffs in internet, join different forums, and even you can take course from different institute as well before taking an interview, so which will really help you to become or involved as a QA engineer in a software company.
Okay, that was a very insightful experience that you have shared with us. With this, we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. So thank you so much for watching this episode. Stay tuned for another one.